Healing Mind and Body. I have read all of your books, and they changed my life. Around 2003, I was on a faith breakdown because of many things that happened. One day, my mother's coworker gave her your first book, saying that she might find it life-changing, and he was right. We both read it, and I believe that she and I grew in every respect. I had an accident in 1998 that almost killed me. I was close to losing my left leg. For a long time, I asked myself why it happened. I saw myself in a past life in which I died very young because of an accident that severed my left leg. I lived in a beautiful hacienda-style house. I knew the people around me. My mom was my older sister, and my cousin was the middle sister. Also, my grandmother was our mom. I believe that is why we are so close and loving to each other. I saw how I died. I saw all the preparations that were made for the funeral. Later, I found out that what I had seen was traditional for the funeral. Later, I found out that what I had seen was traditional for wealthy families in Spain around the year 1800. After my meditations, I realized that having deep scars from the accident in this lifetime was not the worst thing that could happen. It has helped me deal with the pain to a point that it does not bother me anymore. On another occasion, I saw myself as a young lady in a big, castle-like house. I had a sister that I recognize as my oldest cousin. I knew my dad. He is my father in this life. He was a powerful person. I had a fixed marriage with the man who is now my husband. I felt as happy as I am now. At first, I couldn't make any sense of it. Later, I was told that it was a response to a question I had had for a long time. It was true. I always asked myself if I had made a good decision getting married. Since then, I don't feel that insecurity. I went to your Orlando workshop in 2010 with my mom and cousin, who flew from another country to be there. That day, I had the occasion to permanently get rid of a pain in my left hip that had been bothering me for months. Since then, I have practiced the meditations every time I can, and they have helped me with the arthritis in my left knee. Jessica's faith breakdown has been reversed because of her courage, her motivation to help herself, and the therapeutic power of her regressions. She has not only been healing her left leg and hip but also uncovering past life connections to many family members. Her private questions were being answered, her doubts and insecurities were being resolved. Physical issues were repaired through regressions in the case of Maria's client as well. Migraine memories. I am a social worker who has been doing hypnotherapy and past life regressions in my private practice work since I attended one of the week-long Omega trainings in 2001. I am passionate about opening people to the existence of the afterlife and to their immortal souls. In addition to individual sessions, I do workshops and local TV and radio shows to let people know about our work. I always use this story as an example of healing through past lives. David was a 35-year-old man who came to see me as a last resort. He had been suffering with severe migraines since the age of 22, when he joined the Navy. He had tried conventional medical treatments, to no when he joined the Navy. He had tried conventional medical treatments, to no avail. The migraines affected his schooling, his jobs, as he lost time at work and would ultimately lose the job, and his career. We uncovered 3 past lives in which he died from a blow to the head. In the most significant one, he was in the Navy during the Spanish-American War. He had served on a ship in the Caribbean, shoveling coal. When he was 22 years old, his coworker accidentally hit him in the head with the shovel, leaving him paralyzed and in a wheelchair. He was discharged and lived another year in excruciating pain and depression, until his death. David's migraines improved significantly after the regression, and they have become more manageable. Each area of the head where his migraines occurred in this life corresponded to one of the 3 blows that he had suffered in past lives. Maria Castillo. Migraine headaches have plagued mankind for millennia. Although effective new medicines have been developed, all medications cause side effects. Remembering past lives is non-invasive and has no side effects. It allows migraines to be alleviated while spiritual insights and wisdom are being achieved. David has greatly benefited from this approach. Dr. K.C. Weiss, who shares his story with us next, did not perform past life regressions on his patients, as Maria did. Instead, he used all the tools in his arsenal as a surgeon here in the physical plane to help heal them and then asked the heavenly realms for a consultation. There is so much more to these miracles than modern medicine can even begin to explain. Guardian angels. My daughter is a clinical psychologist from India who has trained in the United States. She has read your books, as have I once. She told me about guardian angels. In case of difficult situations, we in India call on God and others, such as Hanuman ji, Bhiru ji, and Ganesh ji, to come and rescue us. I would like to share one experience that I had with these angels. I was operating on a gallbladder case. After I removed it, there was torrential bleeding from the liver bed, where the gallbladder is attached. Within a minute, the patient lost 500 milliliters of blood. I packed the bed. Only 1 unit of blood was available. I could not know the source of the bed. Only 1 unit of blood was available. I could not know the source of the bleeding, so I packed and prayed. I invited the guardian angels to help and rescue the patient. She was moved to the ICU, where her situation was managed. After 72 hours, I took the patient for a laparotomy to remove the pack. With all precautions, I reopened the abdomen and took the pack out, and the bleeding occurred once more. I repacked and prayed for the angels, calling to them for assistance. To my surprise, the bleeding stopped. The area became absolutely dry, as if no bleeding had ever occurred. To this day, I do not know the source of the bleeding. The patient survived, thanks to the guardian angels. I had another case in which I operated on an elderly male for a bleeding duodenal ulcer, performing a laparotomy and duodenotomy to ligate the bleeding vessel. On the 5th day, it leaked. This would normally lead to a duodenal fistula with high output fluid loss and death. In the night and on the next morning, I prayed to Almighty and asked him to come and seal it, or else put his thumb there. It was done. There was no leak, and the patient was later discharged. He is alive today. Prayers are heard. The whole universe conspires for the well-being of the patient. K.C. Vyas' grace is the intervention, the reaching down from heaven to earth, by a wise and loving divine force in order to help us in some way. Is this force what we call God? Perhaps all energies and manifestations, people, animals, plants, rocks, anything in physical form, come from one supreme source, whether you call this source God, a higher power, or any other name. And so we are all born from the divine, for the divine is in every atom of our being. Can angels reach down too? Perhaps all higher beings are intermediaries from God to earth and are all manifestations of the source energy. If angels are the children of God, then we are the grandchildren. To approach everybody and everything with compassion and caring concern is to recognize the common divinity that we all share. Another remarkable case of a physical healing. Soulmate. This is a part of Zindagi Ki Roshni consultancy. It has been established for those who have lost someone and for those who are very sad in their life. About 100 PDF books and 20 short audio books of this topic will be sent to those who join it. This data will be sent to their email or WhatsApp. If you want to join this organization, then please send WhatsApp message to this number.